Hello, and welcome back to the Cozy Stead channel. Today I want to talk to you about a super beautiful and easy craft that I put together. I was inspired by the new fairy-themed cozy farming sim, Fae Farm. And really, when I was thinking about a craft that I wanted to do for this, I kept thinking, what would a fairy use to decorate their bedroom? So the first thing that you'll need is a mason jar or any kind of decorative jar that you want to use. You're gonna want one that's got a smooth side. You're not gonna want a lot of textured sides because that's gonna be hard to get the flowers to adhere to. The second thing that you're going to need is pressed flowers. I am in the process of learning how to press and preserve my own flowers that I grow in the garden, but I don't have enough for this project, and so I ended up ordering some. You can get these on Amazon in a ton of different colors, ton of different styles. I can put a link in the description. The last thing that you're going to need is Mod Podge. Now, Mod Podge is heat safe, and we're putting it on the outside of the jar so you don't have to worry about it melting. And you're also going to need a brush, and I would recommend a larger brush so that you can paint large areas once we start doing coats. Okay, let's get into it. We're going to take our brush and we're going to paint a small area with a thin layer of Mod Podge, and then take one of our flowers and press it onto the Mod Podge. Hold it there for a few seconds so it adheres. And then once we feel good about where the flower is, we're going to paint a thin layer all over the top of the flower. Different flower textures are going to have different results. When you have these really thin, delicate, papery flowers, they're going to mold themselves really well to the curved edge of the glass. But you would have to be very careful to make sure that you are not tearing any of the petals off. On the other hand, you also have sturdier, more woody flowers, which are going to stand up to the brushing a lot better, but you may have to coax them or cut them down a little bit to get them to lay flat on the curved edge of the glass. And that if you are doing leaves or foliage, to put those down first and then layer the flowers on top, because that's going to make everything look a lot more full and lush. Okay, so we've reached our desired amount of coverage on the flowers. We're going to let everything dry for half an hour. And you'll see, even if the Mod Podge looks totally white and opaque when you put it on, it ends up drying clear. And so now we're going to go in for our second coat, and we're going to just take our brush and we're just going to paint a thin layer all over the glass, over everything. And you'll see some flowers are still trying to come off the glass, and then after a few more coats, they will start to lay flat. Okay, so here we are after 5 coats of Mod Podge. You can't see from the video, but a lot of the texture is gone, so things aren't sticking up anymore. It's a lot more smooth. Everything's looking really nice. You could stick a votive candle in here and be done, and I would not judge you. But we're gonna take this an extra step, and we're gonna pour a candle directly into this glass. The first thing that we're going to need is a candle wax. I chose beeswax because I really love the smell, but I know that it's more expensive. So if you're looking for a natural alternative that's more budget friendly, I highly recommend soy. And we're gonna use essential oils. Now, I used essential oils because they were what I had on hand, but if you're looking to do some high quality candles, I also recommend using scent oils. And so I am going with lavender and lemon because I thought that would be bright and fresh and floral and beautiful. And I am gonna go by weight. So the standard ratio of oils to wax in a candle is 0.5 ounces per pound of wax. And you can get scent oils and essential oils in containers of that size, but I was measuring by weight. So I went with the metric system and measured out 28 grams of oil. So you measure out your candle wax, and mine was 12 ounces or about 3/4 of a pound. And you put that in your double boiler and put that over heat. And we're just gonna let that melt slowly. We don't wanna burn it. We don't want it to smoke. So we're just gonna let that hang out. And over time, it will just start to melt down into a liquid. Stir it occasionally just to make sure that you're not getting too many big blobs that are going to take forever to melt. And once everything is liquid, we're going to take it off the heat We're going to add the essential oils and then stir for 2 minutes to ensure that it is fully incorporated. Next, we're going to let the wax cool to about 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Once that is cooled, we're going to pour the candle. Now, I have attached a wick to the bottom of the candle, and I have used a wick clip to ensure that the wick is sitting up straight. And you're just going to want to pour the wax in very gently, very slowly. Slower than this. I did have a little bit of an issue with tunneling because I poured my wax in too quickly. So slower than what you see here. And then I actually ended up having a little bit left over once the jar was full. So I just took a little mason jar, stuck a wick to the bottom, and I made a little bonus candle. So yay. And that's it. This is your beautiful pressed flower candle. Let me know if you make this. I'm really excited to see what somebody comes up with. If you do, post it on social media and tag me. I'm really excited. I hope you like this project, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.